Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Wednesday the 2nd of March 2022. I'm Sean Aylmer. Now, remember, every afternoon we bring you the 5 news items that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1 is the local market. The S&P ASX 200 finished up 0.3% today to 7,117 points, which was a pretty fair effort given the steep declines on Wall Street this morning and in European markets overnight. The final numbers came despite almost twice as many stocks in the top 200 falling compared to those rising. Energy and materials companies did best, while the financials were the underperformers. The big miners did well as commodity prices jumped, including the price of iron ore. BHP was up 3.5%, Fortescue was up 4.4%, and Rio Tinto was 4.5% higher. Some of the more defensive stocks from the technology and healthcare sectors also outperformed. All the big banks were down, with ANZ, Westpac and Macquarie Group around 2% lower. Real estate investment trusts also had a pretty poor day. Story number 2 is about commodity prices. In short, they're soaring. Brent crude today pushed above $110 a barrel, another 8-year high. That's up 15% in 2 days. Bad news for we petrol users. Russia is the world's 3rd biggest oil producer, and it accounts for about 8% of the world's LNG supplies. An announcement this morning by the International Energy Agency to release 60 million barrels of oil from emergency reserves, half from the US, didn't really do much to keep prices lower. That should help local oil and gas players though. Woodside Petroleum and Santos are the 2 standouts. Their share prices both jumped 6% today. Gold prices also rose further today, and an ounce of the precious metal is worth $1,932. That's helped local gold stocks. And while not a commodity, Bitcoin is up to $44,000 a unit. There's speculation that Russians are buying up Bitcoin to protect the value of their wealth as the Russian ruble tumbles. It also helps them transfer money out of Russia undetected. Story number 3 is about the local economy. Australian Bureau of Statistics figures show the Australian economy grew by 3.4% during the December quarter and 4.2% for the 2021 calendar year. It was a very good set of numbers all around. Household spending led the way, and an enthusiastic Treasurer Josh Frydenberg said spending and investment were stronger again for the first 2 months of the year. Story number 4 comes from the State of the Union address in the US from President Joe Biden. It's a big set-piece event with plenty of standing ovations from Congress, and it's watched by tens of millions of Americans. Mr. Biden said Russian President Vladimir Putin had rolled into Ukraine expecting a quick victory, but had met with a wall of strength. He said the invasion was premeditated and totally unprovoked, and Russia was now isolated from the world more than ever. Mr. Biden unveiled a new economic plan, which, if it gets through Congress, should boost manufacturing, shore up supply chains, reduce the federal budget, and promote renewable energy. Mr. Biden said fighting inflation was his top priority. And finally, story number 5 is the latest on the flood situation along the east coast of the country. While the mop-up begins in Queensland and northern New South Wales, the big wet is expected to dump up to 200 millimetres of rain in areas between Newcastle and Wollongong over the next 24 hours. New South Wales Premier Dominic Perrottet declared 17 local government areas in the north of the state natural disaster zones, and he's requested financial support from Prime Minister Scott Morrison. 4 people have now died due to flooding in New South Wales on top of the 8 in Queensland. Mr. Perrottet said it was possible more people will die as the weather system moves through his state. That's it for the afternoon report for Wednesday the 2nd of March 2022. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Twitter and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Thursday Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.